I'm Dina. Here I am creating a video to instruct you how to eat crabs, specifically how to pick them, but I figured I'd go through everything you need to know. I'm on selfie mode, so I'm just going to turn it around. Now you'll definitely need some Old Bay. I cooked them in Old Bay, but you definitely need a little extra because delicious. You can see it's good for crabs, shrimp, and chicken. And I know you just bought all those chickens, so this is a staple. Now it used to come in a tin container, and now they're plastic. So look out for one of the old tin ones. Fun but not necessary. A personalized crab knife. You can see mine here. They are similar to a paring knife, but they are not quite as sharp. They're a little bit duller, so you don't hurt yourself. Now, if you don't have a personalized crab knife, you can go with something like a butter knife that is kind of tapered at the end, or you could go with a paring knife if you're careful, if you're wanting to live on the edge. Okay, so paper towels, but if not, napkins, brown paper. Now normally you would want to cover the surface with your brown paper, but it's just me, so don't need to. Alright, let's get into this. Now I did do a drawing for you. I was going to do the whole crab, but in the interest of not being up until 2 in the morning, and it's on selfie mode, so I'll have to read it to you. But we have the carpus, is that little joint. The propotus is the bottom part of the claw leading up to the dactyl, which are the movable fingers. Wouldn't it be cool if we had teeth on our fingers? Anyway, that's your anatomy lesson. Here we go. Okay, so here you can tell that it's a male. The female, I don't know if I have any in here, but they have a wider apron. You can see we've got the legs here. Delicious. This one either only had one claw or his claw fell off in cooking. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to take the legs off first. If you pull them off at the right angle, you get the meat on there, which I am not going to pick all of them, but you can see the general idea. Here you crack it just down from the, I think this is the carpus, not to be confused with carapace, which is this part of the shell. And if you pull it right, you can sometimes get the meat out that way, and you can eat it or dip it in your Old Bay. And the way that I crack the claws is I just use a knife like so. Now you could use a hammer. Some people prefer to use a hammer, wooden crab hammer. Okay, you get the general idea there. You want to crack this claw just down from the movable fingers, the dactyls. And I crack it on the inside. I find that to be easier. Perfection. Delicious. Claw meat is delicious, and you can buy just claw meat. A lot of people prefer it because of the unique texture. It's different than the other textures in the meat of the crab. So some people, when they're buying crab to make whatever it is they're making, will just buy claw meat. So you can see I took off the little, I don't know what that part, I didn't get that far in my anatomy lesson, but it's what distinguishes a male crab from a female crab. So you pull that up and you're left with the little cavity, and you just crack. Okay, so here we have the gills, which I think I called lungs at lunch, which was silly. So you just peel the gills off and peel this area down. This is where you've got your kidneys and other parts that are important in life and not important after life. So there you have it. And some people will buy the crabs already cleaned, which I believe is just this part with the legs attached. Don't know too much about that because it's not really my style, but if you don't like the former steps, you can do that. But it's all part of it for me. Okay, so once you crack them in half, then you're going to take your knife and you're going to run down the center. So you got it like this. Okay, so essentially you get 4/4 of meat on a nice anatomically correct crab. I'm sure there are crabs with mutations, but 99.9% of crabs are going to look like that. I don't think I've ever opened a crab that doesn't. Would be interesting though. So that just makes it really easy to pick. I'm not going to go through and pick this whole thing, but you get what I'm doing there. Okay. Now, questions about like the stuff that's in here that I learned in my research for your video. Very brief research in an effort to not be dead tomorrow at school. That the area in here is the digestive juices, and this one doesn't have a lot. I think they were mostly liquefied, but sometimes they are kind of like a gooey mustard is what people refer to them as. And I learned that they do contain toxins. They are delicious. But if you're eating crabs from waters that contain a lot of contaminants, then you do not want to eat that. I looked up, here in South Carolina, our waters are pretty clean. Where you have to worry are areas like New Jersey, New York. Chesapeake Bay is pretty good. Woo! Happy about that. But it is really good. It's like the soul of life. Everything that filters through us. So I think that pretty much covers everything you need to know about eating a Crabby. I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm going to continue picking these and listening to my early 90s music, specifically the Cruel Intentions soundtrack. Bye, Dina.